books can't escape from the team. Call the morning steam. It's time to break one for cover. That's gonna cover. That's gonna cash. Then we make the 100-yard dash to the window. I don't know what you thought. It's Ramon Scott running so hot. Sports make money and we make money with sports money every single day. NFL, NHL, NCAA. Stay away from the juice, we might play a parlay. It's the morning steam. What? Ramon Scott. Sports money. What? Wake your ass up and let's get to the money. Get to the money. You know how we do it.
All right, a pleasant good morning to you coming from the sports betting capital of the world, Las Vegas. This is Ramon Scott, and welcome to the Morning Steam Show here for a Memorial Day Monday, May 26th. Thank you to families that have paid the ultimate sacrifice so that we can enjoy our big weekend of sports betting. It's not over yet, despite the first 2 days of some excitement. We got another day in store here with more playoff action tonight and an abbreviated Major League Baseball schedule. I guess it couldn't get everybody to play on Memorial Day. I mean, hey, travel day, whatever. It's only should be the biggest sports betting baseball day of the season. It feels like a Memorial Day. Play some day games out there. We do have a day schedule out there, but not every team is in action on Memorial Day for some reason. Probably play some double headers out there too. Thank you for joining me here on the show. We're underway also at the French Open today. Got a bunch of matches on here right now. Just took one on the chin moments ago with my man Baez losing in 5 sets. He just faded out there. He won the first 2. It took 7-6, 7-6, and then he lost 3 straight and got blitzed in the last set, and I lost it 6-2. So, can't win them all there, but great action here today at the French Open. But haven't seen many surprises, I don't think, yet here today, but still plenty of action to go here on Memorial Day with the action from Paris and great action yesterday as well. Talk about some of the games here. Let me say hello, though, to some folks here in the chat getting ready for our day. Twisted is here. He had Ross Chastain to win the Coca-Cola 600. He started last, came all the way, and cashed it there for Twisted with the race there. It was, we had also William Byron was in there at the finish, and Denny Hamlin, and they spent the whole night, it felt like, swapping the lead there on Sunday, but Chastain passed Byron with 3 laps left and held on for a tight win. Good racing out there at the Charlotte 600. It wasn't great racing at the Monaco Grand Prix there yesterday. We were on the air when the race ended. And maybe in typical Monaco fashion, Lando Norris won from the pole there to the podium. So he outran Leclerc there at the end, and Piastri, my pick, and Max gambled with that red flag for pit stop, or red flag on the pit stop. He stayed out there, didn't work out, so couldn't make his move there. And he finished 4th, and Lewis Hamilton finished 5th. And, of course, at the Indianapolis 500, the Great American Race, or was it the Great American Disgrace? It started with a rain delay. There were pit road crashes, guys getting run over, breakdowns, fires, crashing into the barriers. It was maybe one of the worst Indy 500s in history aesthetically. The entire first half of the race was marred by pit road crashes there, including one on the first lap that knocked out McLaughlin before the race even started. But it was Alex Palou racing through traffic, and he made that pass there to get the lead, and then held off Ericsson for 25 laps. Palou wins again on the IndyCar circuit. Ericsson second, Malukas third, so it was a no-name finish. You should have known, other than Palou. I mean, he's a big name in IndyCar, but man, some goofy things there. You had I couldn't even begin to tell you half of them. I can't remember half of them. There were so many guys getting knocked out. There was Rossi, that pit stop fire. Remember when they used to have, you couldn't see the fire? Guys would be on fire and they'd be like, ah. It was almost like that there in the pits there yesterday. So hopefully you guys did okay on the auto racing. How about, how about your guy here? I had the 50-1 shot in golf this week with Ben Griffin with my sports money premium picks. Let's see. I think I got the list here. Oh, I don't have a great look at it there, but maybe I can just move this here and see the those were the picks that I sent out there. I think we had the odds attached to them on the form there anyway, but not just outright winners there. I had these were my picks for positions as well, top five, top tens, top 20s. I usually list my best golfers and then ask you to place them, longer shots. You're not going to put as much to win on, but there's Griffin on there, and he was 50-1 this week, and we scored there with Griffin to win in the golf tournament here. So felt like a pretty good winner here. I wish I would have put more on him there. Don't be a moron, put more on it. But again, I kind of catered. Plus, I had, the favorite this week, going into the event there. I had top guy there. You see, what was it at the top with Scotty? So it just kind of had to protect Scotty a little bit and had to go a little bit more on Scotty because he was, 5-2 or something like that. But I made up for it with the 50-1 shot to clear all those other bets as well. So pretty good tournament too there with the golf here this week with Ben Griffin winning there. Matty Schmidt finished one stroke back. The final round was played in 30-mile-an-hour winds, so it wasn't easy. It was a little bit shaky there, it felt like. So, all right, say hello, continue on here, get me sidetracked, and I'll be talking about some other sports here. Cash Caden's here on Memorial Day, and happy birthday to Twisted in the chat. And let's see who else is here with us today. Andrew's ready for that early baseball action. Mm-hmm. And Robert McCormick's ready to go as well. Nuke is here. Good morning, everyone. Smash it and like it. Share it. Sports Money here on YouTube, the fastest growing sports betting channel on YouTube. Make sure you like and subscribe. Nuke says keep taking those puck line favorites like we did there yesterday in the National Hockey League with our result yesterday with the Dallas Stars crushing their 6-1. Connor McDavid, a couple of goals. We did have the Stars, the Oilers here on the puck line on the show here yesterday as our winner on the show. I did have the under in the premiums, and these one-sided games are going over. So, did have the puck line on the show yesterday. Zach Hyman also 2 goals. Oilers with that 2-1 lead right now, and it'll be tonight. Florida and Carolina as the Panthers lead 3-0. Canes will try to avoid that sweep here. Frederick Anderson's out, as we know. Kochetkov in there. And we'll see about Reinhardt and that hot line. See if Reinhardt, he's had that little bit of a knee issue. But, man, that top line certainly for Florida has been spot on, no doubt. All right, let's see here. Spoons is here as well. Great show this weekend. And Nuke says, I'm a little blurry. I feel a little blurry there, Nuke. I might have some issues here. I am showing just one bar here right now. So I feel a little blurry, if you know what I mean. Hopefully you guys are with me. But I do show I'm only cranking out one little bar on the old guess I could restart, but we're not going to. If we get knocked off, we'll be back and figure it out. So apologize to you guys. Hopefully you can hear me out there. Hey, I'm not the best guy to look at. or maybe I am. Gerald Jones, salute to our current soldiers as well. We know this is a day we think of those fallen and given the ultimate sacrifice, but we do want to acknowledge those that serve as well currently today, making it possible for us to gamble up here on Monday. Teresa O'Brien, thank you for your support. And let's see, Robert says, yeah, we didn't, I don't know, it didn't feel like it there for Piastri, but again, I was going to take him, I was taking him at, what did we say, 7-1 there. I think I ended up getting only a 6-1 ticket, and Twisted says, you think he is Altmaier like, man, I tell you what's some matches here today already. Let me see if I can't get some picks out here, maybe in matches to come. I think I've got maybe a couple here that haven't started yet, possibly. Let me see if I can't glance at my list of, early round action here and see if these were matches maybe I was going to bet later. And, I did send out a package of plays over at winnable.com. Let me pump that up a little bit here too. You can get my tennis plays, my premium, my sports money premiums over at winnable.com/Ramon. I do have some tennis action over there, matches still to come today. If you have time to go ahead and check some of my action out there, that's just 56 cents a day when you subscribe for 1 month. Ostapenko is a huge favorite against Kudermetova. I did take Ostapenko on a futures in this tournament, but man, that's going to be a tall order. Madison Keys over Daria Seville on the games line. She's on that list. So let me just, if I can just pass along a couple. Cocciaretto, I have Cocciaretto over Townsend in a near pick'em. So maybe that's one I can kind of give out there a little bit from the tennis action today. Use the promo code STEAM to save 20% off those winnable packages over there. So I did have a list of I think it was 8 matches. I think I had 3 on the men's side, or 3 on the women's side, and 4 on the men's side today with those premium plays. And I think that'll probably be it for today. I did bet some others, but didn't want to go too heavy. They're kind of 50-50 on the first day. So let's see how we do. And see your comments there about my feed here today, but yeah, it does feel, I might be streaming too many tennis matches is what it is right now. I probably shouldn't do that, but let me see what else is going on in the chat. Hopefully I'll get fixed here. And Nuke says the camera is out of focus. It's not yet. I just am only getting a 1 bar here, it feels like. So hopefully you can see. I'm that blurry, huh? All right. I kind of want to start over here, but as long as you can hear me, I'm not too worried this morning. I don't look that great anyways today. Let's see. Kripke says Canes have nothing for Florida. Spoons of watching TV 20 years ago. Get the, did anybody have the antenna where you'd put the aluminum foil on the end of the antenna on top of your TV? Or did you have the TV or the antenna already on top of the TV? How did you guys do it if you were as old as I am? Kripke says you can't even see my Charlie Brown hair up there. People always say, what's going on? Charlie Brown, you guys. I mean, he had the, 2 strands of hair. That's my look. Gravy, good morning. Nice to see you. And Justin here today. Thank you. And twist. No, it's not that twisted. I don't think it is, because I see the, it's got the things that looks like, your phone a little bit too. I mean, I'm on my Wi-Fi and I'm even plugged in. So maybe I'm just having an issue here. Okay. uh, I think that's kind of it there. Let me review. Oh, hey, maybe we can review the NBA game too while we're at it. We already reviewed the hockey there a little bit, but what about the New York Knicks? Hey, you know what? It's almost like I'm almost like an expert in NBA basketball and well, all the sports. Come on, who's your expert here? Me, right? That's why you're here. But remember what I said there. Hey, the Knicks, do they have the courage to run out some different players, some different lineups? I'm pretty sure that's exactly what I said, right? Talking about Tibbs there yesterday. And what happened there was they ran out 7 different lineups that had never played all season long. And I was celebrating the win yesterday with the Pacers, just like the Pacers were. When I saw Shamet and DeLon Wright and McBride all out there at the same time, and then McBride got foul trouble. I'm like, Pacers gonna, even though they'd already kind of come back a little bit with that lineup. He had that McBride had that 3-pointer, but I think the Pacers were celebrating too. And so great job by the master Thibodeau there yesterday. Maybe he was watching the show. It seems like. But I don't know. That's kind of what we said. The Knicks have got to try to get a little bit deeper. Everybody said that. It's not like some big secret or expert opinion here. And they did get that win, so they're still alive. And hey, maybe there is some question here whether the Pacers. I don't think there is. I don't think I'm on the Knicks all of a sudden. Everybody knows I'm on the Pacers here in this series, but I'm not switching sides or anything like that after what I saw. Great job by the Knicks. There's just no other way around it. The Pacers did not. They shot terrible. That's for sure, and that's an issue. They got to shoot better next game because they'll lose again if they shoot like that. And like I said, we did have the under here right on the show yesterday with the Knicks and the Pacers. Also, we gave it out over there at the old Cover the Spread show. Said go under here, and it was under big time there yesterday with the Knicks and the Pacers. So I thought that was pretty big, though, for the Knicks. Good job, especially Cat with that big quarter. So Spoons would have to go out and turn the big antenna on the roof, apparently. And let's see here. I think that might be it. There, well, Spoon said in Vermont, that's what they had to do. That's why they had to have the aerial antenna to get it there. All right. And hey, a little bit of talk of Major League Baseball if I can. So they'll be back at it. So I just want to say though, in the conclusion of the Knicks and the Pacers, though, so the Pacers led by 20 points, right? It's that magic number, that 20. That the Knicks have set the record for the most. It's been a few games, right? Because I said they already had tied the record a few when they made that last 20-point comeback, and now they've set the record for the most 20-point comebacks by one team. I think it was. I think we've had more 20-point comebacks in this playoffs than ever in NBA history, and the Knicks also with multiple of those have also set a record. So I don't think that the Knicks, who outscored the Pacers, were led by 20, right? So the Knicks basically outscored the Pacers by 28. Technically, the Pacers outscored the Knicks by 28, if you remember. I'm not talking like that. But seriously, I don't think the Knicks are going to be leading the game by, a 20-point lead on the road. So I don't know. I think next game maybe the Pacers may be able to figure out what was going on. Maybe there was some confusion to all that, all those different lineups. 7 different lineups that had never seen the floor together all season long, and it worked. It worked for the Knicks. In fact, there was one lineup that did see time together in one game, I think they said. So it was really 8 different lineups that had never seen the floor together in the game. All right. Major League Baseball, we did have some action here yesterday. I am tired, you guys. I don't want to make fun of me here, but I wanted to watch tennis today, and I was up. I tried to go to bed early so I could get up and watch tennis here, and I'm watching Fritzy go here, and I got up almost at I got my usual, but I've been watching the matches here almost from the get go this morning for the last 4+ hours. All right. And Major League Baseball action. Like, hey, my man uh, Marcelo Mayer finally got a hit. He didn't strike out there yesterday as he got his first taste of the action, and Boston got the win. I got the win over there yesterday with the Red Sox. So Bregman hits the injured list there with that quad injury, and my man Marcelo Mayer from East Lake High gets called up, and after a poor debut, does get a hit for his first hit. We had Boston there, and I had the under over there at Tony's Picks. It's one of my high roller premiums there. Also, how about on the show yesterday? We did have Washington against San Francisco on the run line there. Jacob Young did hit the injured list too. That's kind of a bummer there. Also, premium pick winner for me here with the Milwaukee Brewers on the road with Henderson. Yeah, we had them there yesterday in that win with Milwaukee. Aaron Ashby got activated too, I see, for the Brewers. We had the Cincinnati Reds here on the show yesterday with that win over the Cubs there. Suzuki 3-run home run in that one. But the Reds got the win, right? Let me make sure I got that right. I might have got that one. I might have said it wrong there, right? Oh, yeah, the Cubs came back to win with that Suzuki 3-run home run. That's what it was, right? They went on for the win 11-7 there. 11-8. That's what it was. Okay. Also, here on the show, we did have the Texas Rangers there yesterday. Over the White Sox, pretty low line as we talked about there yesterday. Burger time, 2-run home run in that one. Also pick here, premium pick winner with St. Louis over the Arizona Diamondbacks yesterday. Mason Wynn home run there. And we all had the under on the show here yesterday with Brandon Pott and Sonny Gray. We also had the Padres and the Braves game. 2 go under. I think it did sneak under there. Might have been a push for some, actually, as it went down to 8. Final score 5-3. But just want to mention my Padres got the road win there, kind of much needed. And then late night, Mets and Dodgers, we had the under in that one. 3-1. Here we had the under on the show. WNBA, we did have some winners here on the show yesterday, including the LA Sparks getting that win, blowout win over the Sorry Sky there, and also may have gotten there last night with Phoenix. Check your lines, but Phoenix pretty much covered the spread eventually. Some people may have had to lay 6. Phoenix won by 6 there, and I had a premium pick winner on the under. Easy winner, Washington and Phoenix there in the W. All right. Hey, we got a manageable show here today for sure with our abbreviated schedule. So let's just go right into it, shall we? Talk about some of the action here today. Curtis, great to have you, Curtis. Thank you for all of your support. Really appreciate it. And Robert says Foster was making the calls there in that game last night. And all right, let's get it started, shall we, with our big games today, including the Thunder taking on the Timberwolves here in Game 3. In this one with OKC favored here on the road at -3. Total 218. And a half. It feels like it is going up a little bit right now. I'm showing some of the square books. We've been DraftKings here, 219 right now. You won't see the 219 and a half. So a little bit of a move to the over here right now in this one. Hey, that's what I'm going to pick today. I'm convinced, even if I do try to go with a lot of unders, I'm taking the over tonight with Oklahoma City and Minnesota as my play here on the show. Both teams obviously here with the action here, and a couple of these games have gone over here already as we head to game number 4 in the series. First game was under, of course, because the Timberwolves could only score 88 points, but both games went over since then, including 143 points by Minnesota. Has to be a big concern, right, to Oklahoma City to see that. So I think what's happened here is Oklahoma City's stud defense. We know they're pretty strong, but they're still learning here a little bit how to win in the playoffs, right? As good as they are, hey, they may still get this done. It may take them 7 games here. I don't know. Maybe we'll see a 1-game showdown for it all here, but that has to be a concern given up 143 points. I think they can fix it here. At least to make it a competitive game and not get blown out by 40 points or trail, like we've seen in some of these games, right, where it's been a blowout at halftime, and you wonder about some of those teams that did get blown out. They're no longer in these tournaments, so a little bit of concern certainly here. But look, for me, it's got to be Mike Conley to step up. He's looked a little bit old out there for Minnesota, so look. These guys looked fine last game. I think you could even look to Naz Reid here to step up again, possibly in this one. And maybe I have a down arrow on some of these guys in Oklahoma City today, like Hartenstein. Really hasn't been too great here. But, Minnesota's got some key contributions. We talked about, or I'm trying to remember if I mentioned it in a write-up that I did about Nickel Walker and his 3-point shooting. He might hit him again here, it feels like. So Minnesota has gone over in 4 of their last 5. Oklahoma City gone over in 4 of their last 5 as well, meaning the last 2 games of their last series did go over. 4 of the last 5 meetings between these 2 teams have now gone over. The previous 2 meetings before their playoff series did go over this season, or this year too. So let me know what you guys have here in this one with the Thunder and the Timberwolves. Hope we're covering it sufficiently here, but we've been, like I said, I still think Oklahoma City is going to be the better team, but man, they've got to learn on the road here a little bit. That is a big concern, that last game, it feels like, right? So let's see what you got here in this one. Oklahoma City still won 17 of their last 21 games on the road, but Minnesota's won 10 of their last 11 games at home, and Oklahoma City's had trouble covering the spread on the road right now and winning, period, in these playoffs. So they're just not quite, I want to say, mature enough yet. These guys are mature beyond their years, it feels like a little bit. Let's go to the chat. Thunder money line and over for Cash Kane. Jermaine gives thanks to those who've served and those we've lost. Twisted says it's going to be even it up. Jermaine says Conley's got under in his PRA today. If Conley goes under, will that not be enough necessarily for I know Conley is going to be an under for a lot of people, for sure. I feel contrarian here. I'm going against, I think, Jermaine in that one, but he's a prop specialist. Good morning to Philly Eagle Flyer here. Jermaine says tie it up. Crip Key says it was a bad game for Oklahoma City there. Thank you to some of my friends here, too, Crip Key and Justin, for commenting on the videos over there at the Cover the Spread show. Oklahoma City team total over here for Justin. Old E is here today. Thank you, Old E. Have a great day at work there. And we've got AOD. He says, no days off for me, and Blue is here. Good morning. No, I'd be here today for sure. This is a big, you'd think we'd have better sports selections out there a little bit, a little more selections. And Stop Geo. Good luck today, y'all. Thank you to Stop Geo. All right, and maybe that's it for you guys, but I'm going to take the over as my play today. Look, I really got it here, probably in the 221 to 224 range to be uh, frank here with this one. And I'm going to, reserve my pick on the side here a little bit, but I'm going to take over on the show here with the Thunder and the Timberwolves. Okay. And Jermaine says Nesmith got hurt there yesterday. Nuke is on the Wolves here today to keep the pressure on. Thank you, guys. Let's go to the hockey here now. Game number 4 with the Hurricanes taking on the Panthers. Well, is this going to be it today for this series, or can we somehow get? It'd be a lot more, believable if the Hurricanes were at home, right, and not on the road here with Florida up to $1.85 here right now. Let me see if that's still the line, huh? Yeah, pretty much feels like $1.85, 5.5 under. Here in this one with Florida and Carolina. So, like I said, maybe it'd be a little bit more believable. Hurricanes have switched goalies, I think, there in the last game to Chetkov. So we see him in there for the Hurricanes. And Hurricanes just haven't gotten their key players like Jarvis and Aho. This offense is not doing anything. It is lackluster for sure. Really weak offense here for the Hurricanes coming into this. It's tough when Carolina, I said yesterday, right? We got earlier in this series because you got football, Carolina Panthers, right? You have the Carolina Hurricanes, Florida Panthers. You could have Florida Hurricanes too, right? We know that. Anyways, Carolina, Florida's won 7 of their last 8. They've covered puck lines too, like nobody's business. It seems like, and I can't be any, I don't want to be. Look at me. I'm taking Carolina. I'm not. I've got Florida to close it out. Hopefully, it'll be pretty good for a couple of periods, and maybe it won't be one of these games where we're seeing the team that, hey, even when some of these road teams have gotten off to a little bit of a start here, maybe even getting a goal, but once the team in charge gets the lead, then they put on the gas a little bit there, and all of a sudden it's 3-1, 4-1, 5-1 before you know it. And could that happen again today right now? It does kind of feel like it. I'm going to take Florida on the puck line here today. I just not going to go off the charts here a little bit. You get a little bit of plus money here, and I'll take them. I'll take Florida. They just seem too good. Even with, yes, there's the questions, with Florida's personnel coming into this game. Maybe they're not all 100% with Reinhardt, but you still have Kachuk and Verhaeghe there, that great line that's really doing a great amount of damage there. Hey, maybe that is hope if they don't have everybody at full strength here in this game. But go ahead, let's see what you have here. Reinhardt is listed as questionable today, but also a couple injuries for Carolina on defense with Walker questionable and Chatfield questionable as well. Let's go to the chat. See if anybody's playing hockey here. Here is Blue Mond. Hello to Mond and welcome in the chat. He's got OKC to light him up. Subhumans here today. Thank you, Sub. Nice to see you here. And what has Cash Canes got? Carolina here. Oh, Canes money line. There you go. Sub wishing everyone a good holiday today. Panthers and over for Philly Eagle Flyer. Nuke says take him that plus money. Just feels like it's printing money here right now. Jermaine says it as well. Robert, look, I'm glad somebody did take the Canes in there, but it's hard to make a case for them, right? if anything, if you're the Canes, just go out there and try to get that first goal. It feels like Florida in a closeout here. And Kripke says they should have won the last one. It wasn't even close. Mon says, how many people are taking the over, huh? And, I say it like that, like, hey, Carolina needs the momentum, and they should go out and play very, very aggressive and try to get that first goal. But it's also very, very dangerous. I mean, look, if you're Carolina, I don't think that they're going to alter that and go with that plan. I'm just saying maybe that's maybe what they should do. I would think Carolina, look, this thing probably is, 1-0 or 0-0 at the end of the first period. Maybe Carolina, if Carolina is winning 1-0 at the end of the first period, I'm going to give a big chance here, maybe to get it. But if they don't get a goal, I'm not saying two, I'm not going any further than 1-0, but all right, Panthers over 4.5. Looks like team total there. Doge says Florida money line and over. Just a bad matchup for the Canes against this franchise. Period. Right? They never beat this team. All right, Blue says no chance. I guess that's it for you guys in the chat in the matchup here on the ice tonight. All right. I'm on the Panthers as well. We want more games. We want more sports to give us more to bet on, but Panthers could be in some rest, and well, they could be resting, right, with the way things are going there in the Western Conference. All right. Yeah, you usually get the gentleman's sweep there a little bit with the team coming back home. All right, that's it. I gave you guys a second there. Let's go to the major leagues. We've got a day card here for sure today with some of these matchups. So let's get to it right now with the matchup between the Giants and the Tigers here. In this one, you've got Birdsong going for the Giants here up against Peter Montero here in this one. Birdsong comes in 2-0 with a 1.91 ERA for Montero, 5.2 ERA, and a 1-1 record in this one. And let me see here if I can't get the pitching info. All my info that I like here. Should have did a better job last night, I think, of instead of watching these tennis matches a little bit. Okay, here we go. For the Giants here, coming in 31-22, and Detroit 34-20. Pretty good series here, it feels like, with these two coming in. All right, here we go. So Detroit, they have won 16 of their last 24 games overall, 17-8 at home right now for Detroit. They've also won 5 of the last 7 meetings against San Francisco overall, and 5-1 at home against the Giants here. But well, the Giants, maybe they've still been okay. It feels like here a little bit on the road. I'm gonna take a shot here with the Giants today. I don't think it's a terrible price. In fact, let me close up my Montero there. I like to be a perfectionist here. With the line here right now at the Tigers, I'm going to call it $1.15. The total is at 8.5. Let me fix this for sure here. It's not 7.5 at all. Never was. That was just a typo. There we go, 8.5. Maybe there was 8.8. Maybe there was 8 overs, but never 7.5. Promise you that. At least not to my knowledge. But doesn't mean it shouldn't be here. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and try the Giants here on the road to get this one against the Tigers today with Birdsong. Did I give the ERAs there right? That's what I was worried about. Birdsong 1.91 ERA, 238 batting average against Montero 5.28 ERA. Yeah, I think I did get it right there. And am I still blurry also, by the way? I think I am. So for these two, you do have the Tigers coming in here off of the series loss to Cleveland, but they did salvage the game here yesterday, 5-2-0. Meanwhile, for San Francisco, they did win the series over Washington, 2-1. I'm going to try the Giants here on the road with Birdsong today. And see what you guys have here. Kripke says Giants are playing better. Cash Kane says first 5 money line spoons is on the Tigers here with Montero. And over here for Jermaine. And let's see here. Over for Jermaine. And Spoon says, Birdsong, he's really just an opener here. Just his second start, 12 appearances. So, yeah, Giants are running this one as a bullpen game for the most part. Birdsong's been an opener in last year as well. Okay, let's see here. That might be it from you guys in the chat, but I'm going to take the Tigers here, right? I mean, the Giants here a little bit. Again, close to a pick 'em here right now. It looks like a little bit of a move maybe to the Giants this morning, but still feels like the Tigers are the slightest of favorites here. I'm on the Giants today. Okay. Cash Kane also under. Philly Eagle Flyers leaning towards the Tigers there. All right, next up. We got good pitching matchup here with Garrett Crochet going up here against the Brewers and Chad Patrick. For Crochet, great numbers, really. 1.98 ERA, 205 batting average against, 4-3 record. Red Sox are 6-5. With Crochet on the mound here, I gotta like him probably to rack up some strikeouts here against this Brewers lineup. Man, $1.55 though here right now. That's pretty much the price everywhere. A total 7.5, shaded to the under for sure here. This one keeps moving under, it feels like right now. Man, I'm even seeing some 7 overs out there right now with these two. So let's see how you have this one between the Red Sox taking on the Brewers here today. Go to the chat in this one, see what you got. For the Brewers here, they still have had some issues over the last 3 weeks or so, right? 6 and let's see here. I want to get these numbers right here on this little streak for these guys. All right. Sorry, gang. Here we go. Okay, just hey, pick me up in the chat here right now while I try to figure out why my computer's dragging here a little bit. Maybe I'm having internet issues here, obviously. Can't load up my pages, and also having this issue here with my picture. So help me out here in the chat. Let me get to the plays from the chat here, and then I'll be probably ready to go here. Cash Kane says Red Sox first 5. Robert does like the under here in this one. You got to think that this one's going to be Crochet maybe doing his stuff here a little bit. Just a high price though. Still. Blue is on the under as well. Hey, whenever you see our chat all-stars, right, one pick after another, and they're on basically like they typed in the same thing like our two great posters here, that's usually a pretty good sign. Fernando's on his Brewers here, but NYC Bar says take the over here in this one. Milwaukee's won 10 of the last 15 meetings between these two teams overall. Boston just 2-6 on the road in their last 8 games here. And Robert here leaning a little bit towards the Brewers in this one. It just feels like a kind of a high price here. The Red Sox haven't been anything too special here, right? After losing a pair of games in a row here, leading into this one against Baltimore, end up splitting that series. That wasn't great for sure. Milwaukee on the run line is minus $1.30 here. I'll take Milwaukee plus a run and a half at minus $1.30 today. But Crochet could get off to a good start. I'd probably take him over in his K prop. Been working on my props a little bit. I want to bring more on the show. More. Let's see here. Kripke likes Boston maybe a little bit. All right, I'll keep it going here right now. My picks on Milwaukee run line. All right, Rockies and Cubs here. Oh, look, I mean, I guess this one is just mail it in here. Look, some sharp books are down to the 310 range, but you have some books as high as 350. I know no one likes Palmquist here. He's got the 11 ERA over 2 starts. This is a 3rd start for a prospect. That's a long-term kind of, not a betting trend, but usually after 2 bad starts, a prospect will have a better start. Unfortunately, this man plays for the Colorado Rockies. I want to give him a chance here today to have a. It's not going to be hard to have a better performance than those first 2 games for Palmquist. He might actually be able to get through the lineup a couple of times, I think, today without much damage here. What is it? Mid to low 50s today with no wind. I want to give this guy a chance to have an outing here, an okay outing. I don't know how else I can kind of portray it here. Anybody with me on this today? I don't know if I can. At this price, I almost want to feel like I want to just take Colorado here, grab them on a little run line. Are they plus today? Plus 1.5 at plus 125 or so. I'm probably going to do it today with the Rockies a little bit. Nobody's going to want to do this with me, but I'm probably going to take them. Let's see here. Under here for Spoons. This is kind of why, Spoons, right? This should be a game under control. Palmquist could actually get out of the first, could be a first 5 under, I think, too. I really want to trust this young man to do what we've seen sometimes with prospects who struggle in their first 2 games. Danielle Collins just won over Burridge. All right, Danielle, way to go. Twist has got some numbers here for us. Cash Game did go. Cubs on the 2.5 line. NYC Bar says Cubs on the run line. Nuke says they can't win on the road. They can't win at home either, Nuke. And here's Joe T. He says thank you to those families who have paid the ultimate sacrifice for our enjoyment for freedom. Here's Billy Eagle Flyer, Cubs run line. Subhuman does have action in that League 2 game here. He says that one's about to go here right now. Grab it here right now. Starting, yes, in fact, just underway. I think I'm a little behind there, but just underway with Walsall and Wimbledon there. All right, Cubs run line for Andrew. And Nuke says at this price, right? That's just all it is to me. And again, the fact that I think that Jermaine says Red Rockies can't score on the road. Yeah, and if anything, this seems like a tough venue here a little bit to do it. But I'll take them on the plus money here. I'm on Colorado here in this one on the run line today. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it.
Final.
And I'll take, you know what I'll probably do here, maybe more so for me, blue on, what is that, CBS, Columbus, Cubs, that's what that is, Cubs. I'll probably mess around just a little bit. I don't want too cocky here, but I'll probably go under with Palmquist in the hits, and I'll go over his Ks. I think it's 3.5. And look, the move is on Palmquist. I'm telling you, Palmquist is a sharp play today, despite what we see on these prices. I figure the public is jacking it up, but there are, some more the metrics guys I think are on Palmquist today than I'm not calling us Joe Average or Square. I'm just saying I think he's getting a lot of attention. Okay. Then next up, let's go to the matchup between the Cardinals taking on the Orioles here with their Eric Fetty. We got too many D's in Fetty. Maybe he should have 3 D's in his name. And he's up against Charlie Morton here. So, pretty rough here, right? With Fetty going up against Morton. Fetty's going to probably be pretty popular here. Only $1. I have Morton favored there, but he's not favored. The Cardinals are the slight favorite here. Just a slight favorite, even though Morton, we know how bad he's been. I mean, he's 0-7 here right now so far this season. With an ERA of let me make sure we got his numbers right here, right? Are they 0-7 overall with him pitching? Is that what it is here with some of these bad numbers here for Morton? For Fetty comes in with, of course, okay numbers for sure. 3.77 ERA, 230 batting average against. But you got Morton in here. He's pretty much getting lit up every time out there right now with some pretty bad numbers. He is 0-7 with a 7.68 ERA. So good luck to that. Now, Baltimore did win those 2 games, of course, over Boston. Give them credit there. But St. Louis, they're back on a little bit of a winning streak again, right? They just swept the Diamondbacks on the road. We kind of, what can I say? We were on them a little bit there. In that series. It was at home, pardon me. It was a home series there for the Cardinals. But they head out on the road here in this one with Fetty. And let's see how you're going to play this one between the Orioles and the Cardinals here today. Let's go to the chat and see what you have. With these two. Here we go. All right. And Philly Eagle Flyers got some action there with Fenerbahce, and he wants some Saudi Premier League too. Boy, digging deep here today. Cash Kane likes Cardinals first 5. Blue says under here, but Joe's got his over here. Uh-oh. This is the Joe T over game here. Oh, boy. Let's see. Flea is in the chat here in this one. Well, look, if Joe's on the over, I'm on the over. I'm going to go with Joe here. I'm going to trust him here because the steam came in on the under for sure. Total here right now in the game is still 9, right? 9 flat. So maybe that's what has done it there because it was 9.5. So we'll call it 9. It's even shaded to the under a little bit, but here we go at 9. I'm going to ride with Joe. I mean, just hey, I got to be honest here. I was going to come in on the under, but I'm going to go with Joe here. I mean, hey, that's why we got him on the team, right? Give me the over here in this one. I'm going to go with Joe here on this over. Maybe with Morton, maybe the Cardinals will continue their ways here a little bit. Look, they scored 14 runs in that series. So, all right. Nuke says fade Morton. And Robert's on the cards. NYC Bar's on the cards. Jermaine cards. Team total over. Everybody's on the cards there in the chat for sure. But I'll let you guys pick those cards there. Jermaine says the Cardinals are having trouble on their series openers right now. Next up, the Blue Jays are taking on the Rangers here. You got Kevin Gausman in this one up against Jake DeGrom here with DeGrom favorite. It's down from this price a little bit. Let's call it $1.45 here, maybe even $1.40 right now with the move a little bit. The steam came in. The widely reported steam did come in on the Blue Jays here in this one. And I'm going to call it $1.40 actually. And the total here is down to 7 flat for sure, if not maybe just a little bit shaded to the over, but the widely reported steam came in on the under in this game as well. Why not? The Texas Rangers are back home after all. We know they're the kings of the unders wherever they go, but especially at home, where they are 6-21 to the under at home so far this season. Toronto 12-17 to the under as an underdog here. Texas 17-36 to the under overall, and you got Jake DeGrom in there, who's likely to strike out a bunch of hitters here for these guys. I don't know if Gausman can get his strikeout prop in this game. Maybe you guys can tell me better if that can be the case here. But let's see what you have in this one with Toronto on the road here with Gausman coming in here with a 4.03 ERA, 2.14 batting average against for DeGrom, 2.33 ERA, 0.93 the whip, 199 batting average against. Man, come on. This seems like a pitcher's duel for sure here in this one. Let's go to the chat and see what you have in the matchup with Toronto on the road here against Texas today. I kind of think this price is, well, there's a discount here on the Rangers, but the move is on the Blue Jays, and I might be with them a little bit here. I might be on a dog here as well. Let's see what we got. Jerry said Cardinals. Money line it over in that last one. Jermaine, I think it's under here. Robert, under here as well. Got to have some premiums here, though. I'm going to take Toronto as a dog here. They're the move today. I'm going to try to beat Jake DeGrom here with Kevin Gausman. Rangers will be tied after 2. Cash Kane under lean here with the Rangers. I'm going to take another dog here. I'm going to take Toronto today. Jerry's going to take him on the run line. What is the run line today? Could I even do that just to make sure? Nah, too high at $1.75 for me with the matchup against DeGrom. So I'll take them to win outright to beat DeGrom today. Give me Toronto in this one, but you know where I'm headed for the premium in this one, of course. Come on. All right. And rain, right. Here's the thing: you have a pitcher like Gausman. This is why, and maybe the value's gone. Maybe I've made a little late to the party. Well, it's my free play after all. But it was $1.55. You're looking at $1.40 now. Clear move on Toronto. It's the only way I can say it. Here, Toronto's still 9-15 on the road. Rangers 17-10 at home. They're a total home and away team, really. Right now, and the Rangers 18-9 as a favorite. So just want to take the Blue Jays today and give them a shot here. Next up, the White Sox are taking on the Mets in this one, and you have the Mets and Holmes here going. Holmes obviously has been doing a real good job here right now. 3.13 ERA, 1.2 whip coming in now for Adrian Hauser. Look, I made a big funny, you picked this guy up off the street, wasn't doing anything. Now, he was in the Rangers minor leagues this season. They just gave him his release so that he could go sign with, he's not going to trade for a guy like Hauser. So, got his release so he could join the White Sox. So it wasn't like he came off the street. But look, he wasn't going to be going, maybe the Mets had him the Rangers had him as a little bit of a backup plan or whatever. So, Hauser did pitch with the Mets before. So he just had a great outing. That's all I can say. About that first start. There are no runs allowed. Really surprised and pitch out of his mind here. I will say this right now. The White Sox are getting steamed, right? Look at this. It's down to 265 here right now. Look, this is where you maybe want to take them. If you're looking, oh, you got a $3 favorite, you got to do the old minus here with the Mets, right? Minus 1.5 at minus $1.75, or well, it's going down here right now. It's all the way down to 135. So this is where you take kind of the Mets, it feels like, in these type of games where the sharps are clearly on White Sox, right? I don't think Joe Square is lining up here to take the White Sox to get this line down at some of these sharp books, well under 275 now. You know, I'm showing circa 267, bet online 265. That is a long way from $3. Now, the the DraftKings, the Bovadas of the world, the Square Vegas books here, they're still $3, but the sharp move is on the White Sox right now. The steam just came in on the White Sox. So I'm going to take the under, though, here in this one with Hauser and Holmes. Give me the under right now. It's 8.5 here. Maybe shaded to the under a little bit, but my play is going to be on the under. But I'll just say this. The sharps are on the White Sox, so they're making it relatively affordable for you. Now, maybe the sharps maybe the White Sox are going to come through. Hey, they haven't lost them all here of late. They've actually won a few, 3 out of their last 5, and they won the series against Texas. But they're playing up against the Mets team. Now, it could be a letdown. Mets really looked good those last 2 games against the Dodgers. Did a great job. But you are getting a bit of a discount here if you go to the right book with the Mets right now. All right, here we go. Let's see here. Jerry Davis, White Sox first 5, money line. Mets here for blue. I think NYC Bar says New York run line. Cash Kane is on the Mets as well. And Philly Eagle Flyer says we tied after 2. Jermaine says takes the White Sox there. And right, Jerry said right there, there's a story, right? Hauser had a great start there at Ranger Red Rock. I think the Red Rock, right? And Rangers had to waive him. So, okay. Jermaine says Ramos out for the Giants in his game. Man, he was hot, right? He was hot. And maybe the Sunday night fade can be on the Mets this time. Maybe it will be on the White Sox. I'll take the under. Interesting game, though, for a White Sox game. Reds or Royals here with Martinez going up against Lorenzen here in this one. Martinez, 3.43 ERA coming in. The Reds, a bit of a funk here right now. Lost again to the Cubs. They did lose that series 2-1. Kansas City lost their series to Minnesota, but that did go under yesterday, and it was 2-1 in favor of Kansas City as the Twins won the first 2 games. The Mets came back to get the last one there. The Royals. So for Lorenzen here, he's 2-8 to the under so far this season. You know who else is 2-8 to the under? This Martinez, also 2-8 to the under. These 2 teams are combined 32 and 67 to the under so far this season. So what are you guys going to have here in this one when Martinez and Lorenzen meet here in Kansas City? Let's go to the chat here. I know I'm on something here. Let's see what you guys got. Here we go in the chat. With Round Rock. I knew it. I had it. It's if anything, Jerry, now that I'm in a AAA town here in Vegas, right? I should know these the PCL circuit a little bit better. Usually when I drive out to get my pizza at night, I'm listening to the Aviators game on the radio. All right, Blues on the under here. Jermaine says, give me Lorenzen at home. Take the Royals on the run line. Cash Kane, Royals, first 5. Jerry says Royals and under. NYC Bar on Kansas City. Roberts on the under here as well. And Kripke's on the Royals. Keith, Just Truth, says under in the Royals game right here. Spoons is on the Royals here. I'm taking the under as my play here on the morning steam show. Give me the under with Cincinnati and Kansas. Feels like that's my premium there. And you guys are liking the Royals there. I was kind of 50-50 on it. I know the Royals, man, but hey, a great little run here on these home games, it feels like right now with the Royals. And yeah, the Reds, I'd say it's a little bit of a bump in the road right now. Haven't lost 4 of their last 5, but the Royals have also lost 4 of their last 5 at home. 13 of the last 19 meetings between these two teams have gone under. Kansas City's gone under in 6 of their last 8 overall. Reds have gone under in 10 of their last 12 on the road, 10 of their last 13 overall as well. They've gone under. Kansas City 1-6 at home last 7 games against Cincinnati. All right. Reds for Fernando on the run line. Jerry says Lorenzen, good numbers at home. Here we go. Next up, Dodgers taking on the Guardians here in this one with Yamamoto going up against Gavin Williams here. Look at this line. Okay, look, it says $1.75 on the screen. Forget about it. There's a clear steam came in on the Guardians here. I'll call it $1.55. It might even be lower than that. The total is 7.5 under 20. So even right there, you've lost a full half a run. The steam just came in a short time ago before we come on the air on the under in this game. So expecting here maybe another low score. Yamamoto 1.86 ERA. He's been stellar. Everyone knows this guy's been great. Also, Dodgers 2-8 to the under with Yamamoto in there. And the reason that's of note is because the Dodgers are 25-19 to the over as a favorite so far this season. And Yamamoto, 0.91 whip, 172 batting average against. Gavin Williams here, solid 3.94, or okay, but 3.94 ERA still. The Guardians 6-4 with Williams in there, 257 batting average against, 336 BABIP, not great. And for me, I'm going to be on Cleveland here. I'll take them on the run line at +1.5, -120. But hey, I think it's worth a sprinkle here on the money line today on Cleveland. I'm going to try to beat Yamamoto. I think I'm on some dogs today for. Is it a holiday thing or what? I just stick with my numbers sometimes, and what happens? Like this one was probably going to be. A premium over on the sports money, but the move came in on them, and that's taking out some of the value for me. So I'm going to use it on the show here and take Cleveland. That's how I kind of, I'm a market handicapper, right? But I still want the best price no matter who you are. All right. Let's see here. Dodgers team total over, though, for Jermaine. Dodgers team total over for Blue. When you see them right back to back, you're supposed to get on them. Dodgers for a bit. Maybe I'm on tilt because I took the Dodgers on Sunday Night Baseball, and I said, oh, the Mets, they're going to make some errors. They're going to look like the Mets. Mets played well. Give them credit. Got good pitching again. Mets pitching really great for sure. Guardians have been playing decent, says Kripke. Yeah, for sure. I think as far as good as Detroit's been, Cleveland's kind of right there now too. They were on a winning streak before they lost that game to Detroit yesterday, but they beat Detroit 3 out of 4 to send a message there a little bit, right? All right. Well, a couple more here. Twins taking on the Rays here. And, hey, everyone's kind of hopping up on the Rays here right now, doing a pretty good job. And the Rays favorite here, $1.20, total 9 for the most part. Rays on a winning streak here right now. Good job, Rays. 5 straight wins. But Minnesota still won 15 of their last 13, despite the loss yesterday to Kansas City. They still won this series. Got Chris Paddock here right in this one. And for the Sheriff, hey, 3.98 ERA, 1.2 whip, 247 BABIP. Pretty good, interesting numbers here for Paddock. For Littell, 4.25 ERA, 258 batting average against, and 251 BABIP coming into this one. Feels like a sneaky good game here right now with Minnesota taking on Tampa Bay here today. Let's see if you guys like this game. It does feel like a pretty good matchup to me. Tampa Bay obviously playing well. Minnesota red hot here. So Tampa's won 5 of the last 7 meetings between the two teams in Tampa Bay. We're playing in that other stadium here right now. But Minnesota 7-1, their last 8 on the road. Still Minnesota just 4-10, their last 14 against Tampa Bay overall. Minnesota's gone under in 7 of their last 8 overall. Tampa's gone under in 6 of their last 8 overall. Let's see what you guys have in this one with Minnesota and Tampa Bay. I feel like it's going to be Tampa Bay, but Jerry says you got to do a little fade there on that LA Cleveland game. Dodgers for Robert on that game too. Sorry, I was going a little fast there. Hi, Dougie. Nice to see you. He's got Nikel Walker under his 8.5 points today. Therefore, okay, let's see here in the basketball game. Blues on the Twins, NYC Bars on the Twins. Spoons is on the Rays here. Blue says that I think the Twins are his favorite dog here. Jerry says you gotta like the under in this one, don't you? Crip Keys on the Rays. Blue says maybe a little bit of a letdown here for Tampa Bay. Nine Legacy says Dodgers first 5 full game in that other game, and then comes back here on the Rays in this one. I'm going to take the Twins here. I'm going to take another dog today. It's dog day for me here. Where's the graphic? I hope you guys can see it. Is it just, it might not be working because of whatever's going on with my StreamYard here. Obviously, I've never gone more than 1 bar over on the thing. I'm amazed that I've got 5 dozen of you here watching right now on what's got to be very poor quality video. And I apologize for that. No problem with sports money and those guys. I think it's strictly on my end here with my my internet, I think. Spoon says Paddock is too up and down here a little bit, and maybe some bullpen issues here in this matchup today, he says, with Minnesota and Tampa Bay. Definitely had some work in there, right? Minnesota's had 11 2/3 innings in the last 3 games or so. Rays did just score that big 13-point outing there. And let's see here. All right, that might be it in this one. I'm going to take Minnesota here today, man. Whoa! My pen. I'm on some underdogs here today, huh? Maybe I was on, a couple of favorites there yet, right? I tried to fade Scooble there yesterday. That was a bad, but I did say, right, didn't I? You could go back and watch the show, but with the move was on Scooble, right, and the under, and I said, boy, the way the line's going, you think Scooble's going to go out there? It's going to be 5-0 Tigers today. All right, let's keep it going. Jermaine says Twins are terrible road dogs. Ramon, what are you doing? Next up, the Pirates are taking on the Diamondbacks with Andrew Haney here on the road, taking on Ryan Nelson. And you have here Arizona minus $1.75, even up to higher here. No move on the dog here. It's on the favorite, $1.85 or so. Total here is 9/20 with Haindog going here for the Bucks. It's got a 2.91 ERA for Haindog. Pretty good, I'd say, for sure. 1.13 whip, 206 batting average against, 236 BABIP. These are good numbers for Haney. For Nelson here, 4.6 ERA, 212 batting average against, 259 BABIP. Nelson, these are okay numbers for sure. He's been mostly a short time starter here. Doesn't go too deep at all. In fact, this is just his third start so far. Arizona comes in on a losing streak right now. Certainly has to be of a little bit of concern, but come on. The Bucks are awful too right now. They've gone just 1-10 their last 11 games on the road. Arizona's lost 5 straight. Arizona's gone under in 8 of their last 10 games at home, and Pittsburgh's gone under in 13 of their last 18 overall. So what can you do here in this one with this price? The move, I guess, is on Arizona here right now. Arizona just 6-9 against left-handers so far this season. So pretty big price, man. But who wants to trust the Pirates in this offense that averages just 3-point runs per game? The Diamondbacks average 5 runs per game, right? And you have some numbers here with Pittsburgh. They've covered some run lines here for the most part, 6-2 on the run line against Arizona in their last 8 meetings with them, but they are just 3-11 last 14 games here in Arizona. So let's see what you guys have today, and I'll listen to you maybe here. And let's see here. Arizona for NYC VAR money line there. Cash Kane is on Pirates first 5. I think Jermaine's on the under. Jerry says he'll try the Pirates today here possibly. But Jermaine says, I can't do it. Pittsburgh's poor road underdog record here in that offense too, right? Blues on the under here. And Jerry says the Pirates got a 117 weighted runs created plus. Here, Twisted wants to go Arizona on the run line here. Gosh, I almost want to as well. Just this losing streak here a little bit, but what is the run line today? This is one I might be on a favorite here. Arizona's at even money on the run line. I'm going to take Arizona here on the run line against Pittsburgh at even money. All right. I'm not taking all favorites. I'm with Twisted here. All right, the Marlins are on the road taking on my Padres with Randy Vasquez, I believe, here going against Ryan Weathers, a former Padre. Padres here $1.40, 45 here now, and the total is definitely 8 under here, maybe even 7.5 over. So move here. The Padres took the steam, and the under took the steam here today. So let's see how you have it here with Padres heading back home here after a little bit of a rugged road trip. But you know what? They did salvage the series there against Atlanta. They won 2 of 3 against a team that, they hadn't been too great against. But for the Marlins here, they come in with consecutive wins on the road over the Angels here, but they spend the holiday on the road right now, coming in to play San Diego here tonight with Ryan Weathers coming in with an ERA of 1.8 in 2 starts. He's looked good. I've been a Weathers fan, and hey, like to see guys come back from a little bit of injury, look good here. 1.8 ERA, 194 batting average against, a 200 BABIP coming in. For Vasquez, 3.49 ERA, 238 batting average against. He's been a little bit sneaky good here for the Padres somewhat, but look, this number you might think a little bit reasonable here for the Padres, right? You're going to let that little bit of a stumble there on the road stop you from taking the Padres here at maybe what is a manageable price for a team that, they gave some losses away here. Now they're just 29 and 22. Marlins here off a couple of wins, but let's see what you got. Here's Marlins on the money line for Twisted. 9 Legacies on the Marlins money line here as well. I mean, I like Weathers, but this looks like, I'm surprised the Padres aren't. I know Vasquez is probably not going to get a lot of attention. You guys are all over Miami. I'm kind of surprised there a little bit. Twisted's leaning to the under here. And Blue says Ramon's on some dogs here. Jerry says Marlins first 5 there. And Spoon says about Weathers. Remember, he was a Padre. He's a son of a major leaguer.
Final.
Padres run line for Jermaine. Kelly says, Padres coming back from a afternoon game there against Atlanta, playing first game back here today. Kripke's on the Padres. NYC Bar is on the Padres here. And I'm going to be on the Padres here. Look, the run line is plus 150. I'm taking the Padres on the run line today to beat Miami. All right, and we got one more here. Is Altmaier just knocked out Taylor Fritz here. Fritzy gone in 4 today. What's going on, Fritz? He's out at the French Open. Daniel Altmaier advances. Bad loss there for Fritz. All right, last up, we've got the Yankees taking on the Angels here today with Ryan Yarbrough getting the start here in this one for the Yankees. Traditional opener, kind of for the most part, for Yarbrough here. For the Angels, Jack Kokonowitz goes for the Angels. Kokonowitz has a 5.03 ERA, 3-5 record. Yarbrough, a 3.38 ERA, is 1-0. Like I said, he's mostly a short inning opener here for the most part. He can go a little bit deep. Yarbrough is versatile here, and maybe they could use him here a little bit, but want to just mention real quick, there is some steam that came in on the Pittsburgh Arizona game total under just moments ago. But we did say it was 9/20, but we're going to see this one possibly moving to 9 flat. I don't know if the move has started just yet, but reportedly steam coming in Pittsburgh and Arizona to the under. All right, Yankees come in here 32-20. Angels 25-27. Angels gave back 2 losses there after heating up there again, but they lost 2 to Miami over the last couple of nights. Still Angels 8-2 in their last 10 games. Yankees pretty hot here as well right now. So let's see what you got in this one with the Angels and the Yankees here today. Angels have actually won 6 of the last 9 meetings with New York overall. Angels here have gone under in 5 of their last 7 meetings against the Yankees overall coming into this one. I'll just go to the chat. We'll be ready to wrap up this show. Thank you for joining me here, everybody, on the Morning Steam Show. I'm going to watch more tennis. I'm going to bet some tennis here for sure. And let's see what I have $1.60 there, but maybe it's gone up just a tad, $1.65 or so. And the total now considerably up here on some widely reported. Well, I don't want to say it was steam. A 9.5 over, call it 15, but it might even be over 20. A clear move to the over here. Yeah, it got steamed all right. We were on the air. We were on the air. The show had just started and I missed it. So 9.5 here right now, mostly the total, and even juice to the over here in this one. Could get some runs, it feels like. I think the move might be correct. Angels are 26-14 to the over as an underdog. Yankees have gone under in 8 of their last 10. But I think I've got an over here in this one. Give me the over tonight with the Yankees and the Angels. Let's see what you got. The show is over. Thank you for joining me here on Memorial Day, as David Lee Roth used to say. Okay, let's see here. Yankees, maybe under for Bar. Blues on the Yankees here. Jermaine, team total over. Kripke, don't like it. Sub, thank you. Joe on the over. Hey, I'm on the over with Joe. I know Joe's on the over with me. Joe T, over. Yankees and Angels. Jerry says Yankees run line here. Robert Dixon, hello and thank you for your support. Thank you, Nuke. Appreciate you very, very much. And Gorky's kicking himself with play on the Pacers. I'm with you, Gorky, right? And I'll tell you what, Gorky, I'm not jumping off the Pacers, that's for sure. Look, like I said, I was going, when I saw the Shamet Wright McBride combo, I thought the series was over. So maybe that's what I'm feeling like a dumbass too. All right. Kelly says the winner of the run line, last series on board because everyone will want to take New York. Nine Legacy says Yankees on the run line here. And Gorky says Dodgers and Panthers on the money line. All right. Thank you, everyone. That's going to do it, I think, for the morning steam. Hopefully those, got enough plays out there and had a great time with you guys today. Make sure you join me over at winnable.com. This is how you support me on the Sports Money Network by going over to winnable.com. Pick up a package here of plays from me. I send out an update, one or two a day with the subscription package. Probably a day like today, just one, right? Because of our light schedule, but maybe I'll break it up in a little bit with the afternoon baseball. We'll see. Sometimes I don't know. Get there when I get there. But please check it out over at winnable.com/Ramon and use that promo code STEAM at checkout. It's 56 cents a day. If you think this show is worth it, I really think that's, I'd really appreciate you. We've got, a few dozen of you signed up, and hey, that really does help, man. Gets me motivated every morning to come be with you guys. Usually get between 75 and 100 of you in here every day, and I'm really honored to be the one that gives you sports updates here on sports and sports betting. So really appreciate it, gang. That's how you support me here on the channel. Like I said, keep coming back here a little bit, and I'm watching this great tennis action right now, so I'm going to get back to it. And thank you, everybody, for joining me here on this Memorial Day. All right. And from the son of a Navy, a Navy veteran, I'll definitely take that to heed. All right. That's going to do it. And I'll be back tomorrow at 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 Pacific. More morning steam. Look, those tennis plays come out early. Get the subscription package. I'm going to try to kill it here on the clay courts. That's usually what I do. But also pre-gaming. No pre-gaming today. Mikey deserves as well a day off here on his birthday weekend and Memorial Day. So, don't show up. I'm sure this time. Maybe he'll get back. I don't know. Maybe we'll go. Set your notifications. But I think this one for sure. He'll be back tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 Pacific. I'll be back tomorrow morning. So for the Sports Money Network, I'm Ramon Scott. So long.
It's Ramon Scott running so hot. Sports make money and we make money with sports money every single day. NFL, NHL, NCAA. Stay away from the juice or might play a parlay. It's the morning steal. What? Ramon Scott. Sports money. What? Wake your ass up and let's get to the money. Get to the